What's going down, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Holmes Hobbies Motor Control. It's your boy Josh, aka Coleman. I'm hanging out in the studio as usual, and today we're gonna go over the XJ again. I actually made a lot of progress. Technically, the wiring is almost done. It's like 99% done right now. I just have a couple of things that I still need to kind of hide and shorten, but other than that, it's basically done now. So it's been weeks in the making, and it's been a headache, especially since I plugged that cord in wrong and blew up the ESC and the receiver. It's definitely been a rough ride trying to get this thing wired up, but the good part is it's finally there. I can actually plug in a battery, I can drive it, I can, the steering works, I can turn the, rock lights and everything all off and on. I mean, it's functioning. It's how it should be. All of my plugs, my auxiliary leads, everything's good to go. It's way cleaner. Enough talking about it. Let's just go look at it. All right, you guys, here is workbench still thrashed. Typical for me when I'm in the middle of a build. I do clean it up as I get to stopping points. Like now I got to a stopping point, so I'll be cleaning this all up here tonight or tomorrow. And then moving on to the next step. So that way I have a nice fresh bench to work from. But as it sits right now, hold on, let me get a drink of water here. Whew. As it sits right now, it runs. I can turn it on, I can drive it. It's a running, driving chassis, and the lights are all working on the chassis. So if you're not familiar with this build, basically it's an XJ, it's a Jeep Cherokee build that I'm doing. Please watch the previous videos to get caught up. We've had a lot of wiring issues as I'm doing things a little different than people typically do. This is how I like to do things, and there's a lot of wiring involved. And some people say it's over-engineered. Me personally, I say it's under-engineered. I would like to see it go even further, but to each their own, I guess. So for me personally, this is what we've got going on here. I have well, let's just go through the electronics. Basically, I have a 4-channel receiver in here. The receiver I'm using now is, I forget what it's called, but it's the receiver for this CNY MT44. This is a really cool radio. I like that. I like the whole CNY series. Basically, I have a 4-channel receiver that is hidden in here underneath by the rear axle there in a factory axial receiver box. Now, inside of there is literally just the receiver, so there's nothing else in there. On the back side of that receiver box, as you can see, there is a Castle Creations CC BEC. This is the 2.0 BEC, or the Pro, I guess. I'm trying to zoom in here for you guys, if I can get it to focus. There we go. So there's the BEC mounted right there, and right behind that BEC is a switch, and that switch controls my rock lights, which you see right there is that's the rear rock light. It controls the voltage to those. So they're on a 12-volt switched power circuit, and that controls the switch part of the power circuit. So I can turn my rock lights, my front and rear rock lights, as well as my little auxiliary lights right here. I can turn those and my auxiliary port that I have right here all off and on with that switch. So if I want to save battery and I don't need extra bright lights, I can just shut them off and use the standard headlights and taillights. So that's what I have going there. And then you follow this all up, and you see a hodgepodge stuff going on here. We have a Holmes Hobbies BLE Pro ESC. This is the Trailmaster BLE Pro. I don't know if you can see it under these wires here, but I'm going to try to zoom in on it. Give me something. There we go. You can see it hide under there. And this is, most of you guys are familiar with this. This is my favorite ESC. And next to that, I'm running a BR Mini ESC, which is basically, it's the BRXL without a cover on it. So there's no ESC cover. Man, I'm having focus problems here. There's no cover on it, and there's actually 2 of them mated together into one package. So that is a dual ESC. So technically between here and here we have 3 ESCs going on from Holmes Hobbies. A lot of power running through that. And then a lot of control. And then up here we have basically what I'm calling like auxiliary station, where I have channel 1 and 2. I have 2 ports for channel 1, 2 ports for channel 2. Right now I'm using up one port in each one, and the reason I still have a port open for each one is so I can plug in the lights from the body, right? Because the light kits for the body are actually going to be in the body, and there will be a lead that comes down, plugs in here, a lead that comes down, plugs in here, and there will also be a lead that comes down and plugs in right behind that. There's another 12 volt plug right here. And so that way I'll have lights plugged in on these, and the reason I say, well, it's not just the lights. Technically there's a Y harness that's going to be in the body as well, but you won't see any of that, and it goes to the steering wheel servo. So the steering wheel servo and the light kits are all going to be coming down to here, and the light bars. I have 12 volt light bars, which is why we have a 12 volt auxiliary port here too. So hopefully you guys followed all that. A little confusing, but that's what's going on. Right here you can see this is a 6 volt port, and I'm not sure if I'll leave this here, but I have a capacitor plugged in right now. I may actually unplug this capacitor and plug it in the actual receiver and hide it inside of the receiver box. That way I can plug a cooling fan into this 6 volt port right here. Because I have a cooling fan I can put on here. I also have cooling fans that could go in the body, so we'll see what happens there. Just depends on if this runs warm or not. I don't think it will. I've never had issues with them running hot yet, as long as you keep the gearing right. So yeah, that's what I have there. Then I have a SHV. This is the BLS SHV 500. This is the 12 volt servo. So big fan of this servo. Yeah, I like this one a lot. And then right here we have a Holmes Hobbies Puller Pro. Obviously you guys can read, but this is the 3500 kV Puller Pro, and this is ran through a 10-to-1 gear reduction unit, which is ran through ESP anti-spur kit, which is divorced, ran down to a axial SEX10 transmission, or AX10, whatever you want to refer to it as. And yeah, then up front we've got our 2 auxiliary lights, we've got our RC 4-wheel drive Warn winch, and we've got Phoenix Design LED rock light right here as well. And that pretty much wraps up our electronics. That's what I've got going on here. It's a lot going on. It really is, and it weighs a good amount already. I mean, this weighs more than most people's rigs, and there's no body on it yet. So I'm guessing this is already around 7 pounds, and maybe even 8 pounds as it sits. So pretty excited. There's no body on it yet, and I still haven't built the axle. This is going to have built axles under it as well. So still a ways to go on this, but I'm planning on wrapping it up here shortly. I'm just powering through it. You know, the back, I still got to clean all this up as far as the bolts and everything goes. Talking with Wordy Mate about actually doing a slightly different bumper in the back. Basically the same thing, but slightly different in the fact that I just need this part to be a little bit longer, a little bit wider. So we'll see what happens. I may be able to just put something on and extend that out, or I may just run with this. I don't know. We'll see. I really don't know yet. Just depends on if I get tired of working on this and I just want to get it done or what. I also placed an order with A-Main, so hopefully I'll be getting some new tires and everything for this. These won't be the tires that I run on it if things go good. And yeah, you guys put it in the comments below. Let me know what tires you think I ordered for this bad boy. And other than that, you guys, I think it's time we fire this up and I show you what these Holmes Hobbies electronics are all about, man. It's a really smooth setup, and I'm pretty happy with it. So first things first, kick this on. And let's go ahead and just see if I can plug this in one-handed. A little awkward, but I think we can get it. Oh, come on now. It's probably not the safest way to plug in a battery, but we got it. So, alright, if you're wondering what kind of battery I'm running, this is a EcoPower 35C discharge 4S, so 14.8 volts. It's 4100 milliamps, so it's not the longest runtime in the world, but I haven't killed one yet with this. So, well, I mean, I haven't driven this, but I have the same setup with the same motor and everything in other ones. So, but yeah, you want to see some serious servo power? Watch this. How's that for response? I don't know if I've ever seen a servo that responsive. So there we go. That servo's running on 4S power right now, the way I have it wired up. It is getting direct battery power. You can see it right here. That's 4S current running through that little wire. Pretty crazy. And it works, man. It's really cool. I like it a lot. Super stoked on it. Now let's show you some. You can hear it. Usually the first time I fire it up, you'll hear the ESC in the motor make some cool noise. Yeah, see? Really excited about this. What's going on in here? What's going on in here? Toncito! Toncito!
He's got keys.
What do you got? What do you got there? Did you buy those? Did you buy those? You better not be stealing stuff, boy. What are you doing? Oh, for me? Those for me?
He says, I got your car, Pop.
Let me have it. Thank you. Oh, you don't want to give it up? Okay. Alright, alright. All yours, buddy. All yours. Alright, you guys, so that's basically it. It's all done. Oh, well, I guess I can show you that the winches work too. So, the way I have the winches set up, the front one is on the dial here. So, when I do the dial out, the winch will go out. So, if I go boom, like that, the winch is coming out on its lowest setting. I have it on 4 settings. It comes out in quarter increments, so 25% increments. And I can do the same thing going in. So I can go out in quarter increments, so I can go out 25%, 50%, 75%, or 100%. Or I can come in, reel it in at the same, 25, 50, 75, or 100. So pretty stoked on that. And I did the same thing with the rear. So for the rear winch, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'll try to turn it around here. I have it set up on this one, so when I do this, if I want it to come in, I just press it down, I think. And now that's so it'll go out. So if I want it to go out, I press it down, and you see it's on 25%. There's 50%, and then so on. I can make it go faster. I'm not going to do that. There's no point. 100% through the Holmes Hobbies servos, and on 4S, it is pretty insane. So winches are more than powerful enough. Very, very cool. Very excited about that. And yeah, everything works, man. So there you have it. That is that's the basic layout of my XJ build. And this will be at Axial Fest if all goes to plan. So definitely come check it out there. I'm going to continue to build on this. However, the Holmes Hobbies portion of it is basically done now until it's, you know, ready to go hit the trail. So you may not see much more of this on the Holmes Hobbies motor control series until it's finished. And then once it's finished, we will be able to take it out and use it for a couple of episodes, if not a whole bunch of episodes, to show you guys how all of this performs out on the trail here soon. So yeah, that being said, bid it a farewell, and I'm going to try to get it finished as soon as I can. Other than that, you guys know what it is. I appreciate you taking the time to tune in and watch today. If you haven't already, please, subscribe, like. But when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. I was just informed today, I was already suspected this, but I was just informed today for sure that YouTube does not send my videos to all of my subscribers. They only send them to the active ones and those that have clicked the notification bell. So if I release a video and you haven't clicked the notification bell, the chances of you actually seeing that video in your inbox is slim to none. So yeah, help a brother out. Click that little notification bell. And that being said, you guys, don't worry. The boring in-house videos are almost wrapped up, and we'll be heading out to have a lot more fun here soon. So thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with me. You already know. Peace of chick grease, fam. Yeah.